Hello, my name is Simon Shimshon Rubin. I'm a professor of clinical psychology and director of the International Center for the Study of Loss, Bereavement, and Human Resilience. Here in Israel in the year 2014, in July, we are dealing with conflict in the Gaza Strip, danger to the population of Israel, and in the course of the conflict, many families of soldiers are dealing with the loss of a young man who went and fought and died. I'm sitting here with Dr. Eti Ablin, who's a research associate of the center and also is in charge of the civilian program for training in how to deal with loss and bereavement in Israel for the social workers. And we'd like to talk to her a little bit about what makes intervention for the families of bereaved soldiers, what's so special and unique in Israel, and how she is working really to help the families and the people who help the families cope with loss and bereavement. Dr. Ablin, what can you tell us briefly about how Israel deals with military loss and bereavement?
Okay, so my work in Israel now is also with the bereavement with families, and also with the people who support those families from the beginning, from the message. And I want to speak now about the message, because the message is the important thing that help people how to deal with the bereavement. If this is the first touch with the family, and in Israel, a lot of people, a lot of families live under a fear that somebody will come and knock on the door. And I can say you that a lot of families told me that they know to look after the door if there is 3 people, so it means that their son die, or 2 soldiers that their son just damaged.
Wounded. Yeah.
Yes, and they know this, and they know all this information. So you can understand how can families live today in Israel, because they all the time they can listen that or in the news or on TV that sons in Gaza and Gaza, and when somebody come, sometimes they told me that you know, I don't know if I can go somewhere or not to go, because if the soldiers want to come to give me a message, maybe I will not be at home. This is how they feel. This is the situation. So it's a lot of fear, a lot of
anxiety, anticipatory,
a lot of anxiety.
concern.
Yes. And when it's happened that the soldiers come to tell them what happened, and that their son died in Gaza, I want to say about to speak about those people who need to give this message. It's a people that come to do it and do it with a lot of compassion, a lot of they know how to do it. And a lot of people, I saw yesterday people that family that they say to me, you know, it's a very, very bad news, but I want to say a lot of thank to those peoples, because they knew how to do it. They did it very, very well. They stay and gave us the message, and after they help us how to move from one to another situation until to invite our another people in families, and they help us that we can do it. We can move from the message to bereave, to warn, and to how to deal with this situation. And I think that this thing, that the first situation, it's the most important, and it's very, very difficult when you know somebody. One of our situation was that we saw the name of the man that need to get the message, and we know him, and we didn't know how to do it, and we knew that we need to do it professional, and to do it well, and that somebody that that he doesn't know him need to do it, and after that he gave him the message, we come all of us to support and to be there. But I think it's a very, very important thing that we need to know about those people who need to do this work, this job, and we need them. And after the Shiva, they go out from, they need to go to separate from the family, and all the family sometimes can to forget a lot of things, but they can't forget this minute when somebody come to say this bad news, but how he did it, it's very, very important. It's very, very important to all of their lives, life after this, after 20 years even, they can remember this.
So what you're describing really is a group of people who are willing to volunteer to do this kind of work, to go in and to share with people what is very painful information, which is that their loved one has been killed, that they're there, that they have to be sensitive enough to be able to do it in a sensitive way, and yet to be sensitive enough to do it in a sensitive way also means that it's a very emotional experience for them as well, and it's very hard for them. That difficulty for the people who go and share and tell a family that their loved one has been killed and will never return, that they have begun to embark on a painful journey of loss and bereavement, which will carry them forward along a new path in life, which is different than what they had envisioned. What can you tell them? How do you help them protect themselves and continue to be able to do the work sensitively without burning out, without getting secondary traumatization, and to be able to preserve that goodness and humanity, and also to protect the people who are going to be hearing from them, and to protect the people who are giving the information?
Yes.
Is there something that you do?
First, all the time, when I come to teach them how to do it, first I ask them why do you want to do this so difficult work? And all of these people say to me, if you speak and teach us that this is the most important minute in their life, so we want to be here. It's significant what this minute is for people, and if you know to do it, so you feel good with this work or job. And I can tell you that a lot of them, I can think that nobody come to us and say to us, I don't want to do it enough. I'm 60 years old and I want to continue to do this job. If you tell us, and if you come and tell us that this is the most important minute, and this very, very help to those families, so we want to be here. This is the first thing. Another thing, all the time I can tell them that you know how to do it, and you have like a protocol, but you have a big heart how to do it, and you know to be in this house and to do this job very well. And after a bad message, they come, all of them, and I can see them. I can ask them about what they did there, and what they feel, what they can feel with this bad news. Yesterday, we had a very, very hard thing, that son of one of the messenger died, and it was very, very hard to us to be there and to support him. And he knew what the messenger want to come to say him, because he did it yesterday. So I think I can tell you that I can maybe 2 or 3 people from those very good of them come to me and said, I can do it. It's very, very hard. I don't want to come. Every day, in every house, they want to come. They know to do it, and I think that when they know what this job is and how this help to the families, they want to come. A lot of times when I teach them, some of the messengers can tell me why they come, and they say to me, I didn't get a message. My brother died in Yom Kippur or Sheshet Hayamim, and in those days, no message. I didn't get message. So I know what this did to me, and I want to help to those families to get the message, because I know how this thing, it's very, very important to them to continue, because they know now that's all. And now I can begin to live. It was before and after. And my work is to be there in this minute, very, very intimate minute, and I know to do it. And if I know to do it, I want to come and to do it another time and another time. This I think what help them to continue in this job, and I can see them all the time, and if somebody want to talk with me about the message, I can see them, but all the time I do with them support. My support is in a group, and they can tell me what helped them. After the message, they go together to eat something. They come to their home, and they need to kiss all their children, because they can know that they want to live, and the proportion what this is a bad thing, but I can live better maybe.
So what you're really describing is people who have the skills, the willingness, the sensitivity, and perhaps in Hebrew we would say the willingness to do chesed, to do a kind of gifting to them, and that part of your work is to help them be competent and to find ways to support them, and to also to watch and make sure that their supports carry them through and carry them forward, even as we are in a difficult time period now where their work is very hard and very acute.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Eppling.
Thank you.